Hello everyone. We're going to attempt today to do some hands in a particular carving. Different hand poses can mean a big difference in your carving. And so today you'll see here on we're going to do hand over hand on this guy here. He's holding a rifle, and so he'll have his left hand over the right hand, and so we're going to show you how we lay that out on a rough out. And so I've kind of went ahead here and took my V-tool and I went around the hands and to show you how we're going to block these out. So, and then later on we're going to do what we call a hand that is just by the side of your character. And so we've got this one here kind of blocked out sort of, and so we're going to start here with this particular one here right now, and this is just a relaxed hand down by your leg. And so we took a V-tool here and we have separated where the wrist would go up into the sleeve, and just gave you a cutting. Took the V-tool here and blocked out the basic shape of the hand. So if you're going to be carving hands, study it. I mean, you've got two of them right in front of you, and hands can really add to a carving. And so basically this is kind of a squarish looking cut here, and but there are going to be 4 planes to a hand. And so you'll see here there's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So from here, your tips, the middle, and the knuckles, and then the back of the hand. So there's 4 planes to a hand. And then later on, in the next video or another video, we'll show you what the inside of a hand can look like whenever you carve it. So basically, we're just going to look at the outside of the hand, try to carve that. And so we're going to start here with the hand just on the side of the leg. So we've already got it blocked out. Now we're going to take our pencil here and create the fingers. And about halfway down the hand, we're going to put 3 pencil lines. And so each one's going to represent a finger. So 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And so we're going to take our knife here now and take this, and we're going to our knife and cut up into the sleeve to make our first cut. And then we're going to start here, and this is going to be kind of the area where the thumb is located. And then we'll take our V-tool here, and again we're exaggerating the features of the hand and everything on this particular carving. And so we're going to, this is our highest point right here. When you're relaxed, your hand is relaxed, that's the highest point. That's where your knuckles would be at. And so that's where we're going to focus our cuts. And we're going to come back this way toward the wrist. And then we're going to come down this way and leave a point here, a high point for the knuckles. All right, now I'm going to take my pencil and go right back in here and pencil in our guidelines for our fingers. All right, and so you'll say, well, that looks pretty thick there. And so we're going to downsize this a little bit because, again, make everything large in your carving. And so it will help you if you mess up or it doesn't look right, you still have more real estate there to work with. And again, like I said in other videos, if you have a way of doing a certain eyes or a certain hand, stick with it. And so just stick with what you've learned and get better by doing it every time you sit down and carve. All right, so I'm splitting the fingers here, so that's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And I'm going to come back here and deepen this right here next to the wrist. Get some more real estate taken off here. deepen this hand. And so study the hands the best that you can and try to carve different hands, different positions, because it really can make a difference in your carving too. And then whether it's the eyes or the nose, they all need to be studied the best that you can. Okay, so we're going to take our knife here, or you can take, let's just take a V-tool here to show you. We're going to separate now to show you the fingers. And you say, boy, those are thick fingers. That's all right. That's what we want, because we can always take them down. And so now we're going to just do a little tweaking here and there, and getting the hand to where it'll lay up against the body there. Extend that thumb up a little bit more. There we go. And again, you know, you can put, depends on the size of it, you can put fingernails on there and all the little wrinkles and whatever is on the hand. All right, so as you look at your hands, the little finger, of course, is, you've got to take it back a little bit. Then the ring finger, it comes back a little ways. You can see here it kind of stair steps down, except the point, the finger that you point at things with, it's a little shorter. And then your ring finger. So we're going to, now here, this will be the ring finger. And then we'll come over here, and this will be the finger closest to the body on this side. And again, we're going to downsize these guys quite a bit. Again, I'm just relieving the wood around the hand to where we can continue to shape things and make them, deepen this right in here, below the thumb. Take our knife again, make the stop cuts in between them, and make sure we get a good one right there. And now we're going to start shaping the fingers. And again, you say, Van, they're pretty thick. That's right. We start out with everything big and work our way down, because I can always take it off, but I can't put it back on. Make these little cuts in between the fingers here a little bit. Get in there and get that piece of wood out. Just might short that just a little bit more. Start rounding the fingers. That way we can put the fingernail placements on there later on if we desire to. Some you don't have to, because this is, on this particular piece, this is not the main focal point. This would be him holding the flower. As you can see in this rough out here, he'd be holding a big old flower in this hand, and that's going to be the focal point. But anyway, so we want to just show you how to get your hand started over here. And okay, let's get back here. We're going to take the fatness out of his fingers. Again, I'm going to relieve some of the wood here. That way the hand can stand out just a little bit more. Because through here you would put a seam in the pants there, you know, and all the little details of that, but that's another time. But all right, so we're getting to the point here now where we're going to put some, take a U-gouge and put in the divots that we have in between our hands here. And so we'll use this little U-gouge here, and we're going to start separating just to show some depth there in between the fingers. Have to turn around and go this way. The grains don't want to cooperate that way. And every hand's going to be different to carve. You're not going to be able to carve exact same one. And like I said, the more you carve, the better you'll become at what you do. And study your subject very well. If it's the hand, study it the best that you can. The toes, feet, whatever, but study it to where you know where and how to go with this. And I'm still learning. You know, it's a never-ending process of learning in the carving world. So, and now we're going to tuck that in just a little bit. It starts with the wrist there and starts going up the forearm. Because basically our body is made into threes, and so we're going to come in here now and downsize more some of these fingers. And it takes a little time, and don't get in a hurry. All right, so then you have your little areas here where you'd put your fingernails at, if you want them. Some of them may be too small to put the nails on, but at least you can give the illusion that there would be, because from a distance you wouldn't see the little fingernails on this guy. And so then we're going to come in with a little V-tool here and put in the little creases that we have when our knuckles, our fingers bend a little bit, and just to highlight. You don't have to make them very deep, just to hint that there is some things, wrinkles there on the where the bone bends, like that there. And you can come in and make some little swoop cuts through here to kind of break up the hand, because you'll notice our hand's got veins through here, and every hand's different. So, but try to make the hand as soft as you can look when you're carving it. And then when you get to that point about where the hand's done, try to get the sleeve to come down close to where it doesn't look like he's wearing a really thick shirt, unless you are carving a winter scene of that person in a heavy shirt or a heavy coat or whatever. So get the sleeve down as close as you can without it taking away from the hand itself. Okay, so that's kind of a relaxed hand, and so I think we'll leave it right there for now. And again, study your subject matter, and then let's go over here to our other rough out, that where the hand is actually holding something, and we'll go from there. All right, so we'll let that sit there for a little bit. Now you'll notice here on camera here that he's got the rifle in front of him. He's got the rifle here, and he's got his left hand over the right hand, and so he's kind of thinking about what the day is going to bring or whatever, and he's standing in kind of a relaxed position. So I have already taken the V-tool and outlined the hand area. So I'm going to start right here again, making the cut here to going into the hand going into the sleeve part of his shirt. And you can see here that the hand is, we've got it pretty thick. Now we do that for a reason, because we want to, again, I'd rather have a lot to take off than not enough when it comes to doing this. And so we're positioning our tool here and blocking in or blocking out the hand, and leaving this high point here for the knuckles. Getting our thumb placement there, and you got a pretty thick hand. Now some people have some big hands, because everybody is differently made. And again, there's no sharp edges to the human hand either. And work that palm down to where it's almost touching the body, the rest of the body, because it gets pretty close there. Now this will be his right hand, and so we're going to tuck it in. You're not going to see the thumb here, because the dominant hand is taken and covered up most of his hand, his thumb and fingers. So all we're doing here is giving the illusion that the fingers and stuff's underneath there, which it is, but we'll not be carving it. We might give it just a hint that there's something there. But in this carving here, we're just going to stick this thing underneath this hand here. Kind of looks like a mitten, a winter mitten. Kind of make your hand shaped like that, and then that way you can go in and start putting your finger placements in. Okay, and now I'm going to take the V-tool and go back just a little farther here on the thumb, just a little ways. And then we're going to take and make this to where it's kind of, the shape of the thumb is kind of got a high point, and then it kind of feathers out there a little bit. Not too much, because he's not got a whole lot going on there action-wise. Again, we're going to come in here and deepen this area next to the chest or area right here. And of course, we go right up through here, and that would be the arm and the crook of the arm there. back in our plane here. And so take our pencil now. So this is where we're at for right now. Drop this back just a little bit more where you'd see that thumb sticking, laying there. And then we'll take our V tool again and make the rest of the thumb-ish there. Okay, now let's put in some fingers. Again, right about here is about where the knuckles would be. And again, 3 lines only. We don't want to give him, 5 fingers. And so, like so there. All right, now we'll take our V tool, separate them. Start with, get some length going here on the fingers. And if you can, it helps to have pictures of the piece that you're doing, and so get different shots, different views, front profile, side profile, back of the head, the front of the head, and so on and so forth. So again, we're just shaping. Now this takes a little time, and so all right, so let's downsize these fingers a little bit. Okay, then working on the thumb here a little bit. Rough old hand. He's been out there in the elements. He don't have soft hands. He's gonna have some pretty rough hands. Gonna kind of undercut here a little bit to get some depth under here to create a shadow. See how that shadow created there, and so we're there almost to the point to where we can start putting in the knuckles and placement and stuff like that there. And it's a little bulky right in here, which that would be, but just need to downsize that just a little bit. Again. Go from there. Okay, so now and let's come in here and put some soft where the separation of the fingers would be, knuckle area. Then we can come in with a V-tool here and put in these little wrinkles, or maybe they're going to be big wrinkles the way the wood gave away there. And just a hint or two there, some knuckles. Downsize these a little bit more. And then come down here and put a few little wrinkles here and there. Don't have to get them perfect, just to show that there's just a little indication that there's some bends in the knuckles and the fingers there. And so anyway, this is the basics of a hand. And again, maybe later on we can do a video of a hand that's opened, a palm inside the palm of the hand, something like that, so for future times. And then again, we're going to just tweak this here. And so I think we'll call it good on this part of it. And just remember, keep practicing. And you know, I'm still learning, and I'm still trying to get it all figured out too. I hope that you will hope that you've learned something today. I hope that you will, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and also like our video and spread the word. Happy carving. We'll see you soon.